Video games are awesome.
Whether you're trying to chase a Mexican drug lord down the street,
or trying to figure out where the last piece of that puzzle goes,
there's no denying it. Video games are the favorite pastime of teens across America.
But they're taking fire from politicians and concerned moms that are labeling video games as a waste of time that makes their kids lazy.
Other people even suggest that video games have the capability to make the most peaceful person a psycho murderer.
But guess what? Video games can actually be good for you.
We conducted a test to see how video games affect your reaction time.
In this test, we measured our reaction time before and after playing 15 minutes of Call of Duty Ghosts.
Here we go! So what we're doing here is we're testing our reaction time before we do the video game test. One with the automated thing on the computer, which is where you wait for the green, and when it turns green you click it. And another one with the classic test, where you drop a ruler, and we have a graph here that tells us where we catch it and what it means. So let's do this.
Alright, my average is 303.
Is 276.
Is 450.
Nope. Top right corner.
My average is 356.
Milliseconds.
So now we're going to be doing the real life test. Timmy's going to hold it right above my hand and drop it.
And what?
My average
is 210.62.
188.92.
Is 217.8 milliseconds. So Timmy wins.
Okay, now let's play video games. My average after playing 15 minutes of Call of Duty Ghosts
was 270.
279.
is 278 milliseconds. $211.04.
159.04.
After playing Call of Duty Ghosts, my ruler average is 203.04.
That's great and all, but what about the violence aspect of the game? I mean, I should note that after playing the game, none of us wanted to go on murderous rampages, but aren't video games supposed to make you a horrible, violent person? I'm no professional, but let's talk to one. I sat down with Dr. Danielle McClellan, and she told me about all of her opinions on video games and violence.
My name's Danielle, Dr. Danielle McClellan. I'm a physician. I think it's more complicated than that. People who like violence will probably kind of, steer towards certain themes, and maybe those folks are playing violent video games. But I don't really think that it changes a person into being violent. No, I don't think it causes people to become violent.
Okay.
Probably, I think there's something to that. That's a good description of it, desensitization to that theme. But I don't think a person becomes something they're not because of, a game.
A study presented in an ASAP Science video titled "Can Video Games Make You Smarter?" showed that playing Mario for 30 minutes a day for 2 months increased the subject's memory, fine motor skills, and strategic planning compared to those who hadn't played. Another study cited in the same video showed that action games increased the player's attention to detail and ability to track multiple objects at once. Gamers also have an easier time differentiating different levels of gray, which is very important because that is one of the first things to diminish with age. Video games are not entirely bad for you, and do present some very good advantages, such as brain stimulation, memory strength, sight, attention to detail, and increase in reaction time. There is a negative side to everything, even water, and too much of anything is bad, but people often fail to see the positives presented to you today. These are indisputable facts, while saying that violent video games make people violent is highly debatable. You can see firsthand the effects of video games on reaction time, but you can't test if the games make you fat. The main point here is that video games may not be the best use of your time, or the best thing for your health, but they are beneficial in many ways, and more beneficial than they are bad.